Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616, and yo, thank you once again for dropping in. Alrighty, so for today we are going to do a... Well, I'm gonna break this up into two parts because I can never ever fit my updates into one because I fucking talk too much. But so yeah, it's gonna be a DVD/Blu-ray update. I got a fair amount of DVDs to show here, roughly maybe 50. And I got for the second part of the video, I will get into the Blu-rays, and I got quite a bit of those too. Yeah, I thought I have to do this. I mean, it's, you know, this is pretty much all I got in October, so right now is the time to do it because I have a bunch more stuff that is really just kind of snail pacing itself to my place. I don't know, man. I got lots of shit that just hasn't shown up, so got to get this out of the way before I get too much. But cheers. Alrighty, so let's start off. First up here, kind of got on a little bit of a fucking documentary thing going on here. First up, Nightmares in Red, White, and Blue. I originally saw this on Netflix, and it just always, I just didn't get around to picking it up. Finally picked it up for a really, really good price. I fucking love horror documentaries, man. They're just so good. This one I had a lot of fun with. Just good, though. You know, it kind of goes through, like it says, the evolution of the American horror film, which is cool because it really does start, like, you know, in the early 1900s all the way to the present kind of thing. This was put out in 2010, so very, very relevant. So, but yeah, I do recommend this. This is really fun, really fun. If you like documentaries, check that one out. Next up is a documentary put out by IFC called The American Nightmare. This is pretty cool. It basically just features, you know, them talking about these films that are on there. You can see that it's got American Werewolf in London, Dawn of the Dead, Halloween, Last House on the Left, Night of the Living Dead, Shivers, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So there's interviews with the directors and cast members and stuff. And yeah, it's entertaining, you know. Like, I mean, a lot of the stuff I already knew, but you know, sometimes I just don't really care. Like, I like to watch it again, even if it's like, it's not even rehash, it's just information maybe I knew. The interviews I've never seen before, for the most part, I think, but I thought it was fun. You know, another cool documentary. Next up is Going to Pieces. Now, this is one I've been wanting to get since it came out, a bunch of years ago, 2006. Never got around to picking it up, and I'm like, you know, I'm on this documentary kick, so I gotta pick it up. Going to Pieces. Slasher films are my favorite subgenre of horror. I've always been a big fan. Had to pick this up. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I love the you know, the evolution of the slasher film. This is pretty much like the kind of like the rise and fall of slasher films. But you know, it really does focus on the, you know, the golden era of slasher films, which is very cool. Very cool interviews and stuff on here. I recommend it. It's fucking great. If you've never seen it, most people have probably already seen it though. Next up, this is a documentary that I absolutely fucking loved. The first time I watched this, I randomly clicked on this when I was on Netflix a couple years back, I think, and just loved it. It's called Not Quite Hollywood. This is basically all about Australian films, exploitation, action, horror. This is fucking fantastic, man. They even talk about a couple films in here I really didn't even know that I need to get, kind of thing. This was very informative, very well done. Talked about a lot of the, you know, just the great Australian films, and just the rise of the exploitation film, and you know what they've accomplished over there. I think just very underrated. You know, like Australian films can be so overlooked, I think sometimes. But yeah, this was put out by Magnolia. Very good, very good. I highly recommend this one. I've lucked out and got this for like $4 brand new, just randomly. By chance. It was such a fucking fluke on Amazon. Yeah, Not Quite Hollywood. Really, really recommend that one. It's awesome. Next up is American Grindhouse. This is still sealed. I have seen this before. I watched it on Netflix, actually, originally. Yeah, I watch a lot of documentaries on there, and then eventually just buy them. But yeah, this one is, you know, about Grindhouse films and stuff, and very, very cool, man. It goes right back to, I think it starts... I haven't watched it in a while, but I think it's early. It starts talking about, like, you know, Blood Feast, Herschel Gordon Lewis films and stuff, and just the elevation of the evolution, the elevation. The evolution of, you know, grindhouse films, and obviously the peak in the 70s and stuff. And very cool documentary, man. I really, really fucking enjoyed this one, and I recommend it to a lot of my friends, like I did with most of these documentaries, and they all loved them too. So, you know, check these out. Very cool. Next up is put out by Shout Factory, and that's the Psycho Legacy. Yeah, I've yet to actually get around to watching this. I keep putting it off. I don't know what the fuck, man. And Psycho is like probably my second favorite horror franchise. I know that's so weird for people to say, but Nightmare on Elm Street is my favorite franchise, and Psycho, but I can't fucking... It's either between Psycho and Phantasm, really, because Phantasm and the Psycho series have 4 films that I love. There's no duds in the franchise, in my opinion. So I need to check this out. I've heard really good things about this. I'm very glad I finally got it, though. And I got it for a good price, like $9.99 or something. And next up is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a family portrait revisit that's still sealed. I've actually never seen this before, and I just haven't gotten around to watching it. I've had this one on a list to buy for years and years, and I was like, you know what? Like I said, I'm buying all these documentaries. I'm on this kick. Got to pick this one up. There's still like about 10 or 15 more I want to get. There's so many horror documentaries out there. I really want to get the Best Worst Movie one, the Troll 2 documentary. I love that documentary. I need to pick it up. Can't find it for a good price. But yeah, need to check this one out. I also need to pick up Never Sleep Again, the Nightmare on Elm Street one. Of course, my favorite franchise. Don't even have it. Can't find it for a good price. Moving along. Finally fucking bought this. I thought I missed the boat on this. It was out of stock on Diabolic DVD for so long. Came back, I snagged it up, I swear, the second they put it back on the site, and that's a Serbian film, The Uncut. You know, a lot of people bitched about this packaging. You know, it's not very nice on the eyes. It's not really that cool looking, or, it's not quality. But I fucking love it. I honestly, personally really like this release. It's unique, and it sticks out. And it's the only uncut way you can get the film. So, personally, I'm a really big fan of the Serbian film. I know a lot of people kind of shit on this one. A lot of people said, you know, Life and Death of a Porno Gang was better. I beg to differ. I do have that movie and watched it. I actually, just a little sidetracked here. My dad was watching my place while I was out of town for a funeral, and I told him to watch Life and Death of a Porno Gang. And he fucking texts me up, and he's like, really? Horse dick? So the people who have seen that movie fucking know exactly what I'm talking about, but I laughed. I thought it was pretty funny that I did that to him, but he didn't really like the movie. Yeah, Serbian film uncut. Finally got my hands on this. I'm glad that they got this back in stock. I thought it was limited, like really limited, and I was just thought I lucked out getting a copy. So next up is a Killer Rat film, and y'all know what that means. If I'm picking up Killer Rat films, yeah, Scratch. So this is going to be part of my my Killer Rat Theme Week Volume 2 coming up here. Yeah, I've got 7 more to review, so I'm gonna put this one in the mix, and yeah, Scratch. So I've yet to watch that one. Alrighty. So a double feature here, and the only reason why I picked up this double feature is for Scarecrow Slayer. I already have a solo copy of the original Scarecrow. I can't find the solo copy of this movie anywhere for some reason. I'm pretty sure it exists because I think I've seen it before, but I can't find it anywhere for like a good price. So, and I already have the third one too. So I picked this up just because it was like $2, and I needed this one, the sequel, which I've yet to see. And yeah, the first Scarecrow movie, not good, but entertaining. I like Scarecrow films. Next up is a film that me and my buddy Dylan watched last night together. He met me at my house around 12 o'clock at night. As soon as I got home from work, and we watched this and fucking pissed our pants laughing. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And that is Thanksgiving 3. I mean, if you've seen the first one, this one is nothing like the first one. The first one had people in it, and lots of killings and gore. This one is like a puppet movie. It's got some humans in it, but it's more of a puppet movie. The storyline is outrageous. The storyline is basically about, how Thanksgiving 2 is the worst movie ever made and shit like that, and the turkey's just trying to get a hold of a copy of it before it, fucking goes away forever, because all the copies of Thanksgiving 2 were fucking burned because the studio hated it that much. It was deemed the worst movie of all time. So yeah, so he's on the hunt for a copy. It's just a fucking ridiculous movie. The humor is so over the top. It's goofy. It's just, it kind of makes you go, what the fuck at times. If you want an in-depth review on this, check out Mr. Parker's review. But, yeah, he told me that I was definitely going to like this because I was a big fan of the first one. I like these puppet movies. This shit was ridiculous. There was some fucking funny-ass puns in this movie. I'm not going to repeat any of them because I'll, if you want to watch this, but it's just so chock full of puns, it's ridiculous. But Thanksgiving 3, I do recommend it. And I fucking gotta say, if you can see the cover of Thanksgiving 2 on the back there, love the cover that they used in the movie. Fucking great, man. That was a fun movie. Next up is Evil Dead Inbred Rednecks. A lot of these films I've yet to watch because I just got like a huge package of films in the other day, but this was part of it. I have yet to see this one. I've heard, I think, pretty bad things about this one, but once again, it was really cheap, and I like the title. Obviously, a take on the Evil Dead. Dumb by Dawn. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that shit out right there. I was very, very fucking happy to finally get a copy of this. I missed the boat on this one years ago, and I finally found it for a decent price. It's generally a lot more than I like to pay, but it is out of print. I picked it up for about $15 shipped, and that's Alice Sweet Alice. I never owned a copy of this, and I got a really good deal on it, and it's in perfect shape too. Like, the disc is great. It still has the inserts, everything. So I was very, very fucking happy. Like I said, $15 for this usually goes for, I think, at least 25 to 50 range kind of thing. You always see it for dumb prices, but yeah, original Anchor Bay release. And I've been picking up quite a few out-of-print Anchor Bay releases as of late for good prices. I don't know if they're coming down in price or whatnot, or if I'm just fluking out, but very stoked. This is a really good film. I used to have it on VHS back in the day, and that was partially the reason why I never picked it up on DVD, because I still had the VHS. I don't know. The early 2000s was a weird time for me. But yeah, Alice Sweet Alice. Next up is, I got a really good deal on this. Paid $10 for this. I think these are reissues, I believe. But yeah, I got Friday the 13th, the series, the second season, for $10. These are usually going for quite a bit. Yeah, I think these are reissues. It came out in 2009. I want to say these are, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just in the thin case, but it has, it's 6 discs. Yeah, it's actually quite nice. I'd rather have the thin ones for these, actually, if they do come in the thicker ones. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I gotta seek out the Season 1 and Season 3 before I start watching this. But yeah, I was very stoked to find this for $10, and it's fucking pretty much brand new, like new. Next up is Hood Rats, a fucking movie featuring Isaiah Washington and Ice-T, and this movie has rats in it, so y'all know what that means. Still sealed. Yeah, I think this is going to be really bad, but I hope it's fun. Next up is from Scream Factory, the All-Night Horror Marathon Volume 1, featuring What's the Matter with Helen, The Vagrant, The Godsend, and The Outing, also known as The Lamp. I always knew this movie as The Lamp. I rewatched The Vagrant. I've seen it years ago. It's goofy. It's pretty fun. Bill Paxton does a good job in the film. The Outing, also known as The Lamp. It's a bad film, but it's fucking entertaining. It's 80s cheeseball shit at its best. The Godsend I watched for the first time, and I gotta say, I didn't really like the movie. I was actually quite bored with it. I just, all the kills were off screen. I understand why they were off screen, but I just found the movie to be quite boring and predictable. I don't know. And What's the Matter with Helen, I have yet to watch, which is weird because I said I was going to watch that one first, but I haven't watched that one yet. So, but yeah, Scream Factory doing a good job. You got I think all the transfers on here are anamorphic except for the lamp. They look pretty good. I heard people bitching about the transfers on here. Yeah, go fuck yourself. They're pretty good. For the price, it's fucking amazing. the All Night Marathon Volume 2 from Scream Factory, and we have The Dungeon Master, Cellar Dweller, Contamination 7, and Catacombs, and I have watched all 4 of these. I was super stoked for this because I'd never seen any 4 of these movies. I had never seen any of these. I knew about Cellar Dweller and Contamination 7. I think I'd heard of The Dungeon Master before and didn't know shit about Catacombs. Yeah, so I watched Cellar Dweller first. It's got a fucking amazing decapitation in this film. It's awesome. You know, it's not the greatest film in the world, but I had a lot of fun. It's cheesy. It's pretty fun. It's kind of slow at times. Contamination 7 about killer plants. Fucking awesome. It's so cheesy and bad. It's fun. Catacombs was really good, actually. It was really good. You know, kind of one of those religious-based type fucking horror films. And The Dungeon Master is, holy shit, it's so bad it's good. It is fucking hilarious. Like, seriously funny as hell. But yeah, just a great price. This was like, I think this was like $6 brand new or something like that. So, fuck me. It was great. Great fun. Next up is a Code Red release, Retribution. Now, Code Red site always amazes me because shit always seems to come back onto the site that's been out of print for a while. I missed the boat on this when it first came out, and I've always wanted to see this movie. I believe it says, I think, 1986 on here, but I think this movie came out in 1987, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but... But this is a good fucking movie, man. Really cool fucking movie. I'm not really going to get too much of the plot because I got so much other stuff to show off here, and might be running short on time, but... This is good. I highly recommend it. Like, Code Red movies everyone knows the prices. They're always expensive, but pay the $20, because if you don't, you're going to end up paying something stupid later. But yeah, this is fucking great, man. I really, really enjoyed that movie, man. I thought it was great. The lead actor in it did such a good job. His performance was amazing. Picked up another copy of Evil Speak. I had to get this one from Code Red because I love the cover of this. So awesome. I have the Anchor Bay double disc uncut version too, but this cover art is amazing. I think this is the original cover art, which is just so much fucking better than the Anchor Bay one. It's so shitty. But yeah, this is just a fucking amazing film. Clint Howard does a great job. I love this. I've actually yet to watch this copy. I haven't checked out the transfer yet, but I have heard it's pretty good. So yeah, check that shit out from Code Red. From Shriek Show, The Witchery. I've been wanting to get this movie forever. David Hasselhoff and Linda Blair in the same movie. Fucking awesome. I know this movie is also known as, I believe, Ghost House 2 is also known. That's what it's known as. I've yet to see this one. Another movie I meant to watch the other night. Just fucking getting home from work way too late. Late fucking flights. That's a different story. But yeah, The Witchery, Italian goodness, hopefully. Next up is After Dark Originals. This is from the second season, the After Dark Originals, the first film, Dark Circles. I watched this movie. I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, the story's been done before, but I thought it was pretty decent. I mean, I'm not really gonna fully hate on it, but it was average. It was average. I didn't hate that movie. Okay, next up. I'm short on time here. Next up is Don't Go to the Reunion. This movie was really fucking fun, man. Really fun. It's really short, though, and it's basically just a homage to, like, 80s slasher films with, like, a 90s twist, if you get what I'm saying. It's got replica kills of, like, from certain movies. They even bring up Killer Party in this movie, which I thought was fucking awesome. I'm gonna redo it though, because I filmed a review for this and it's kind of all over the place. I think I'm gonna redo that shit, but I'm gonna post up a review for this because I fucking love this. I thought this was fantastic. It was great, short and fun. Next up is an out-of-print copy of Slime City from 1988. Now this is just a classic fucking melt movie. It's fun, cheesy. Me and my buddy, once again, Dylan, watched this film. And it says 1989 on here. I think it's from 80. I don't fucking, it doesn't matter. But it's fun. Really cool. I love how it comes in the green case. Put out by Retro fucking Shockorama. So, very cool. I got a really good price on that. I think I only paid about $12 for it. So, that's good. Next up is Some Guy Who Kills People from my man Jeremy. This was a great movie. He kept talking this movie out, released by Anchor Bay. Kept talking this one up, and I really like the lead actor in this film, Kevin Corrigan. Does a great job. Very cool film. Fucking loved it. Next up, next bunch are from my man Jeremy. I showed this in an unboxing, True Nature. If you have to watch that one. House, recently got this one from Jeremy also, featuring Michael Madison and Bill Moseley. You have to watch that one also. Attack of the Puppet People, this is a fantastic film, released by, Midnight Movies MGM. Very cool stuff from my man Jeremy once again. Fangoria presents Germ Z. This actually was pretty good. I thought this was actually decent, for a fucking, zombie type film. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. These Fangoria films none of them are shitty, in my opinion, so far. Kiss the Abyss, yet to watch this one. This one looks pretty decent. Released by, oh, actually, no, it's not, but yeah. Yeah. From my man Jeremy, once again. I've heard nothing but good things from this. I wanted to watch this the other night. Once again, I couldn't get around to it, but the Revenant, my man Danny said this movie's fantastic, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. Jacob. I thought this one looked interesting, so Jeremy picked it up for me. I think he thought it looked like shit, so he gave it to me. I think he picked it up for himself, but yeah, I don't know. I've heard mixed things about this one. I've heard a couple of people say it was not that great, but Dead Season, another zombie film released by Image Entertainment. Yeah, yet to watch that one either. Fucking One of the Dead. Now this was a fun ass film. This is from, I think it's from Cuba, the first Cuban horror film. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, this was fucking fun. Obviously in the vein of like Shaun of the Dead and stuff, and those type of zomcoms. But this was fucking. It was fun. It was fun. Not much to say about it. Thale. I've heard mixed reviews on this one. I heard it's pretty slow, but I like slow burners, and I'm really looking forward to checking this one out actually too. So. Next up is Aminus. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Aminus. And this is done by Midnight Releasings. Jeremy always laughs because I love Midnight Releasing films. They're so hit and miss with the quality and the the outcome of the film. But this one looks pretty cool actually. I think that looks pretty decent. Next up, the next few are some bloody disgusting films that I just got in. And guys, Crawl. I'm only missing one, which is Truth or Die, and I have that in the mail right now, so technically I have them all. Outcast. Now let me know if you've seen any of these bloody disgustings, because I really like the line. Like, I have all the other films, like I said, and I like some of them are pretty fucking good. Hellacious Acres. I heard this one isn't, maybe this is one I heard that wasn't that great, but I don't know. And Phase 7, so yeah, like I said, now I have them all except for, I just don't have it in hand, Truth or Die, but it is in the mail right now, so maybe I'll do some bloody disgusting reviews. Next up is, I finally finished off all my After Dark original films from Season 1. Prowl, picked up Prowl, yet to watch that one. And I was missing Husk also, so I have all the... There was supposed to be 8, and I think only 7 got released or something like that. But yeah, Husk, which is a Scarecrow film, which I'm pretty stoked on. Watched this movie before, House of Fears. I originally saw this on Netflix, and I remember liking it. I think this is the movie. I think it was just low-budget fun, but yeah, House of Fears. Sorry, just checking the time here. I think I'm running short on fucking time as usual. The Summer of Massacre. Now... This is released by Midnight Releasings too. Now, I don't know if this is the movie that... I'm pretty sure it isn't, but I know there's another movie that's like full of CGI kills and stuff, but I don't think this is. By the back, it doesn't look CGI at all. It just looks low-budget shit. But Midnight Releasings, House of Massacre, I couldn't pass it up because Midnight Releasing like the low-budget shit. And I'm going to put this down because I'm going to fucking lose that pile. Next up is a film called Dead Time. I think it's just like a rock and roll horror film. Again, released by Midnight Releasings. I love Midnight Releasing films. So yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. Probably see a bunch of reviews. Check out Body Bags for reviews of these. I don't post a lot on my channel, but set in lesser themes. Now this one really intrigued me. I'd never heard of this movie before. They Don't Cut the Grass Anymore, released by Image. Now, this movie came out in 1985. It just fucking, I was reading up on it and I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. So I'm going to definitely check this out soon and possibly do a review of that one. I don't know. That one just looked intriguing to me. Now, the next two here, I picked up, I think, I think Anaconda's The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. I think this is the second one. I have part 1 and part 3, so I think this is the second one. And then Trial of Blood is the fourth one. I think that's the way it goes. I've yet to see either one of these movies, so... But yeah, I just thought I'd pick up these because I had 1 and 3, so finish off all the Anaconda films. Next up is Super Hybrid. I've heard this movie is kind of like a weird killer car film with a twist. I love these type of killer car films. Fucking always been a fascination of mine. Christina's like one of my favorite movies. I love that film. But yeah, released by Anchor Bay. Got it for dirt ass cheap. Next up is a modern slasher film called Madison County. Now, I've seen a couple people say this movie was decent. I've heard some people say it was shitty. So I'm looking forward to checking it out because I don't know, the setting or just, I don't know, this one just looks intriguing to me. Released by Image. Image is always hit and miss with me. Finally picked up Wrong Turn 5, yet to watch it, but looking forward to checking it out. I liked part 4. My least favorite in the series is part 3, so, and I heard this one is better than, you know, part 3, so I'm looking forward to checking part 5 out soon. Carnivore. I've always heard this movie is just fucking absolutely terrible, but that's why I picked it up, because I like my shit films, and I'll be the judge of it, so. First you bleed, then the terror begins. It's not a really fucking good tagline, is it? Next up is Tardanasian Extremes original Shudder. I know Americans remade this movie a couple years back or whatever. I thought the remake was complete shit. I've actually never seen the original film, so I'm looking forward to checking this out. Heard it's actually quite good. Finally picked up a copy of Dream Home. Got it for a good price. I only paid $6 for it used, so... Fucking love this movie. It's a great fucking movie, man. Story's told a little different. I don't hate the way the story's told because it is different, and I do respect the way they told it. Great kills. Great kills in this movie, released by IFC. And last up is just basically a triple dip. I already have the Anchor Bay single disc version of this, and I have the fucking Blu-ray of this too. But I always wanted this edition because it has the documentary, and that's the Near Dark double disc edition released by Anchor Bay, and it has, yeah, it says a 47-minute documentary. I always wanted to watch that, called Living in Darkness. And yeah, so it's got this pretty cool slip box here, and it opens up like this, like so. And yeah, just it was really cheap. I could not pass up because I always wanted this edition, because especially since I've been on a huge documentary kick. Couldn't pass this up, man. It was like $5, so, and in really good fucking shape. And I think it's out of print. I'm not sure. So, good time to fucking pick it up anyways. And that is going to do it for me, man. I'm definitely running out of fucking time here within 2 or 3 minutes left, so hope you guys enjoyed the DVD portion of the update. I will be back next with the Blu-rays, so stay tuned for that. I got lots of really cool stuff coming up in the Blu-rays too, so... yeah, Moon616 signing off. I'll see you in part 2. Peace, homies.